And the leader of the Lebanon-based Hezbollah militia has promised retaliation over the killing of a Hamas top official in Beirut on Wednesday. Hezbollah blames Israel for the attack, although there has been no claim of responsibility. Israel generally doesn't comment on strikes in other countries, but officials have previously said they would target Hamas leaders wherever they are. Hamas is classified as a terrorist group by multiple countries.
Waving the Hamas flag, protesters in Ramallah voiced their support and anger. The city in the occupied West Bank was the hometown of Saleh Arouri. The high-ranking Hamas official was killed in a strike on Beirut on Tuesday.
This is crazy, hysterical revenge. Revenge because Israel feels and is experiencing a kind of defeat. And therefore, it knows full well that there's no victory for it.
Saleh Arouri was deputy to Hamas's leader Ismail Haniyeh and the group's key liaison with Hezbollah in Lebanon. Since Arouri's assassination in the suburbs of Beirut, Israel and Hezbollah have continued to fire at each other across the border, an almost daily occurrence since Israel's war with Hamas began. The Lebanese political party and militant group is backed by Iran and considered a terrorist organisation by the US, Germany and some Sunni Arab countries. Israel has not officially claimed responsibility for the strike on Beirut, but Lebanese security sources said it was caused by an Israeli drone. Hezbollah has vowed to retaliate, calling it a serious assault on Lebanon.
If the enemy thinks of waging a war on Lebanon, we will fight without restraint, without rules, without limits, and without restrictions. Israel knows what I mean.
Israel's main ally, the US, has said it was not informed before the blast in Beirut. Washington is now urging restraint to keep the war contained.
Before, we don't want to see it widen beyond Israel and Hamas. And again, we're going to keep working with partners in the region to prevent that from happening.
Hezbollah has so far refrained from escalating beyond border skirmishes with Israel. But this attack in the heart of Lebanon has raised fears of an all-out war. And the Israeli army says it's on high alert and ready for any scenario.
I asked our correspondent Tanya Kramer in Jerusalem whether Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon are inching closer to a full-scale war.
Well, both sides say at least that they're prepared for any scenario. Israeli military analysts here believe that they don't want to go for a full-on war just yet. But of course, this is speculation and anything can happen at this point. We've heard the Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah saying that the killing of Hamas leader Saleh Arouri should not go unpunished. He also said that in his speech they will fight if Israel will extend the war to Lebanon. We heard from the Israeli side, the chief of staff Herzi Halevi was touring the northern border yesterday. He was saying that the military is in a very high state of readiness, but he also stressed that the focus right now is on Hamas. So we've seen, of course, since October 7, many cross-border attacks. The tensions have been rising constantly around the so-called blue line between Israel and the southern part of Lebanon. Also this morning there have been air raid sirens in northern Israel. But of course, we also understand that there are at the moment diplomatic efforts underway. There are reports that the U.S. Special Envoy Amos Hochstein, who has been the go-in between Lebanon and Israel, is expected to be in the region and trying again to mediate between Lebanon and Israel.
And we had Israel's decision this week to withdraw some of its troops from Gaza. Does that mean its fight against Hamas has now shifted to targeting Hamas commanders outside the region?
Well, I don't think it has completely shifted in that way. Israel has said since October 7th that they will go after the Hamas leadership wherever they are, including in countries or including of those that are abroad. Of course, the main focus is to find the Hamas leader in Gaza, Yahya Sinwar. What Israel has said that they will withdrew some of the reservists from Gaza that have been fighting now in combat or other functions in the past 3 months. They will be going for further training. They will be able to go home. There are also economic domestic considerations going back into the workforce. There will be a bit of a shift, but again, what we are hearing from military officials, the focus is on the fight in Gaza, on Hamas, and this will continue for many months. But also, of course, we are hearing that the preparations at the northern border are in full force. We should not forget that the northern border with Lebanon, that there are many Israeli residents that have been evacuated from their places, from locations in the northern border, also for the last couple of months, and this is a situation that is not sustainable for Israel in the long term.
Okay, thank you for that, Tanya. Tanya Kramer in Jerusalem.